Alright guys, so if you guys are new to Mike's OG Academy, we do everything you guys need to know about golf instruction, whether it be golf course vlogs like this one, golf instructional videos. Again, anything you guys need to know about golf instruction, we do it here. So if you guys haven't already, hit that little red subscribe button. You guys will be notified every time we drop a video. So we're playing the front nine again at St. Mark Golf Club. I know you guys are probably getting a little bored of this nine, but we hopefully will be able to do the back nine soon. I'm hitting a 6-iron here like I typically do on this hole. Started that up right down the middle, kind of drew up to the left center, so it was a nice little strike there. The reason why I'm doing a voiceover instead of you actually hearing me talk on this, I tried out a new mic, and we're still trying to figure out kind of the logistics behind it. I had to put the camera so far behind the shot that even with the Rode mic, I think it's not going to pick me up very well. I tried a couple tests with it, and it didn't really sound that great. But I'm going to try working with it a little bit more, see if we can kind of get this thing to work. But anyways, at roughly right around 107 yards here, I have a gap wedge. I'm aiming just a little bit left and trying to hit like kind of like a little squeeze cut here. Really good swing here. Didn't really quite squeeze cut. I got the face a little bit more close to the path that I wanted to. And that kind of drew off to the left part of the green. I left myself roughly right around, I don't know, that's like 18 feet or something like that. Downhill putt. Not the best lead with the wedges. Obviously, that's something I've been working on. I just got the flight scope in, guys, so I can actually start dialing in some of my wedges, as well as obviously the flight scope's more so for the students, not for me, but I will definitely be using it in my practice here pretty soon. So anyways, I'm playing this right around 2 feet, 3 feet left. It's a downhill slider. You're really trying to get good pace here. Still kind of have that little pull stroke that I've been doing. I just barely let that out. Hit it obviously too hard as well. I could have played more break. It had been raining this whole month, right? So sometimes the greens have been really quick out there. Sometimes they've been a little bit slow. This one obviously was a lot faster. I thought it was going to be, left myself a little bit of a tester off the first, but luckily for me, it's uphill right to left. This one right here, when you have the greens, I usually have to play later in the day because I'm typically doing lessons earlier in the day. So it's gotten a lot of play up until this point. And by the way, if you guys want to go play St. Mark Golf Club, I'm going to leave the link in the description. Go check it out. It's one of the most popular courses in the area. I mean, this place is always jam-packed. I mean, everyone likes to play here. But anyways, I was really happy to tap that in for par, and now we got on to the second hole. So tees are up again. So this hole is roughly playing around 380 yards from these tee boxes. I'm trying to aim it up the middle of the fairway. I've been noticing recently on these course vlogs, I've been aiming more right than I wanted to. So this day I was definitely more conscious of alignment. So to me, I feel like I'm aimed at the left center, but I'm actually aimed at the middle here. Hit a nice little draw sort of right up the middle and drew back to basically kind of left center middle-ish. So I mean, not a lot of curve on that ball, which was nice. So anyways, here I got 110 yards. It's kind of a little bit into, winds off the right. I wanted to hit gap wedge here, but the lie was a little bit muddy. I didn't feel comfortable kind of going at a gap wedge, especially with the back pin. So I took a wedge here, and I was trying to kind of hit like a little low flatted draw in there and kind of one hop it up there and stop it. So let's see how I do. So this one, again, I did that same thing. There's going to be a commenter below saying that I pulled that shot with an out to in path. That was actually an in to out path. And I just had the face closed to the path, so I kind of started it left and drew a little bit, and it went a little long because I de-lofted a little bit more than I wanted to. And I left myself a tricky-ish type of shot. The lie wasn't the best, too. I was playing preferred lies in the fairway, but not when you hit it in the rough. So I had to kind of bump this into the Kikuya and hope for a good bounce. And I hit a pretty good shot there. Left myself an uphill right to left putt, roughly around 4 feet. But again, that lie was definitely tricky. It was one of those ones where the grass is growing towards the hole, but it was kind of at the bottom of a little indention and there's grass above it. So I couldn't really go high with that shot, so I had to play it through the Kikuya. So I was glad to get the right kick because sometimes you can hit that shot and it just stops in the Kikuya. So I really tried to make sure I turned the toe over and kind of put a little bit of hook spin on the shot. So this one I'm playing about right center. Luckily I hit it hard because that thing was sniping off to the left. So anyways, this next hole is hole number 3. It's right around 180 yards to the pin. I'm playing a nice little kind of knockdown 7-iron here. As you can see, it was a front pin too. Actually, it was probably playing more like 177 to that pin. But I know with this club, if I hit a little knockdown 7-iron, I typically fly it around 180 yards. So I was figuring even if I hit it a little harder than I wanted to, I just would have been middle of the green. This one's tucked on the left too. It's kind of like a weird shaping green. It's kind of like a little bowl effect to where it kind of just everything slopes towards the middle of this green. So if I was going to miss it, I wanted to miss it middle of the green. I was trying to play like a little baby draw here. And I did the same thing I just did with that pitching wedge, except for worse. I let the face turn over, and I hooked it over here up to the left. So again, not really coming out hot with the ball striking on this round so far, as you guys can see. I left myself a pretty tricky up and down here, green sloping away from me into left or right slider. Luckily for me here, I drew a pretty good lie. It wasn't like sitting up as much as I would have liked it to, where I could have gone really high with it. But I still got some trajectory on it. Hit my landing spot perfectly. Trickled out nicely. It was a little bit just outside tap-in range, so I gave this one a little bit of respect. I was roughly right around 3 feet away, and I still had a left or right putt, which I'm not the biggest fans of left or right putts, as any right-handed player would probably say. I'm trying to play this. It is a left or right. It's weird where this green is. It's actually sloping upwards for this shot, but then it's going to be downhill once you get past it. Obviously, you guys can see that. So I'm trying to play this, I think, I don't know, left edge or just outside left edge, keep the speed up, and just try to match the face of the path, which I did really nicely there. Nice little par save. That's a momentum saver for sure. I didn't want to go out and make a bogey off. I mean, the goal for me on this front nine is if I can go through the first 4 holes in even par, I'm looking pretty good for the round. So anyways, this was the last real challenge of this side. This hole, I've always kind of had struggles with driving on this hole, but I'm aiming, again, the whole thing is I'm aiming more left than I feel like I'm trying to aim. And this one, I got a little scared of my alignment. I felt like I was aimed at the trees, but obviously I'm not. So I held that one off a little bit too much, so I cut it off into the right rough. Almost really close to the LB. So this is the shot I had. I had to hit it under a tree. It was blowing into a pretty healthy wind at this point. It was blowing like 10, 12. I had roughly around 170, but I couldn't really hit like a 6 iron. I don't have a 5 iron. If you guys have been watching these vlogs, you know I don't have a 5 iron. So I'm hitting a 4 iron here, and I'm trying to just kind of hit like almost a little chip shot feel. I set this camera up. I think you guys are going to like this shot. I set this camera up to where I was just trying to barely miss my camera. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Bam. As you guys can hear that thing whizzing by. I didn't hit it quite hard enough too. I kind of laid off it a little bit too much. Left myself, again, another tricky up and down. Roughly right around 35 yards away from this green. I was trying to kind of hit like a little mid-trajectory hook spin shot. And obviously, as you can see, just like the wedges on that prior holes, I overdid the draw. I got the face a little bit too close to the path. So anyways, I left myself another tester for par. You guys are this is going to be the trend for the whole 9. You guys will see here. It was a scrambling 9 for sure. But I have roughly, like I said, 4 feet. Left or right putt. I'm aiming this one left edge, and you got to keep the speed up because when the greens are slow, it's really easy to let this thing slide to the right on you. And I got a couple nice little hops too that helped me out there. I still think I would have held it if it wasn't, but let's get to the outro. So as you guys can see, definitely a scrambling 9 so far. I only hit 1 out of 4 greens. Did have 3 1-putts, which I was pretty happy with, and I was really starting to hold those 4 to 5 footers, which makes me pretty happy because I put a little bit of work into the putting, so it's nice to see that I'm actually getting those putts up and down now. Let's see what we do on the next 5 holes. The goal is obviously to break par. Comment below, do you guys think I'm ready to play in front of TV? Do you guys think I got what it takes? Again, it's not for a professional tournament, it's for some investors, but I think the game's rounding into shape. If I can just get ball striking a little bit more dialed in, I think I can be good to go because short game's right where I need it to be. Alright guys, so if you guys haven't already, hit that like button, leave a comment, and as always, hit that little red subscribe button. Alright guys, best of luck and play some golf out there. I can feel it all running through my veins.